Howdy, howdy. My name is Joy, and you have found my Flosstube. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It really means a lot that you take time out of your day to spend a little time with me. So I am going to do my February wrap up and plans for March. So like I mentioned in my whip parade, I don't have a ton of time to just sit and stitch. I work full time. I have a ministry that I volunteer with, which keeps me pretty busy. I love it. I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. But it does keep me busy, which means that my time to stitch is actually rather limited. So I don't have a ton to show you today. I probably won't ever have a ton to show you. But I wanted to show you what I have been working on. So I started WhipGo this year, and if you're unfamiliar with WhipGo, it's like bingo. You have a card, it's 5 squares across, 5 down, and you put a project on it, a project in each square, and you can put goals on it. Everybody's WhipGo board is different. Some people just handwrite it out and number it. Each box is numbered. And I used a template that I got from someone. I think someone had posted it one year for WhipGo, or in the WhipGo group on Facebook. I'll link that group down below if I can figure out how to find it. Yeah, you can put whatever you want on it. I have a crochet project on there. The rest are all stitching. But like people put all sorts of stuff on it. So you join the Facebook group, and the gal who runs the group, whose name I cannot recall off the top of my head, she pulls 2 numbers every month, and those numbers will correspond with one of the boxes or one of the lines on your chart. January, I cannot remember what I stitched in January. It's so bad. I did stitch something. I just don't remember what it was. I remember not being like super thrilled with it. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what it was. But anyway, so we're going to start with February. So I pulled my 2 projects in February were my temperature chart and my Aurora cabin by dimensions. So I'm going to show you my temperature chart first. And I'm going to try not to hold it over my mouth because I already restarted this because I was like, I don't know if you can hear me with my mouth behind my board. But this is my temperature chart. This is 2021. I think I just started April. You saw this in my whip parade. I think those 3 lines are the ones that I did. I meant to count to see how many stitches across this is. But I don't remember. I think it's like in the 200s. But I have a big spot above my dresser that I eventually want to finish and frame this. But I did start it in 2021, like halfway through 2021, and I've barely done anything since. This was the first project that I started after I had my big monogamous stitch. That was a gift from my dad. Yeah. So in here, we're sitting in the 40s and 50s. I just looked up, I think it was Weather Underground, and found the high temperature for the day. I'm not doing highs and lows kind of stuff. I'm just doing the high temperature for the day. This was in February. This is when it hit 0. The white is 0. So yeah. So I rather enjoy stitching on this because it's just like, it's good mindless stitching. You just stitch, and I stitched this one in hand. Everything else I use a hoop, but this one too big for a hoop. I've tried using scroll frames, but my chair that I sit in is a recliner, and the dog always sits in my lap, and so scroll frames just aren't conducive for that. I have a lap stand, the kind that kind of goes under your leg, that I use that works really well. I have a scroll frame lap stand as well, but I can't use it with the dog in my lap, and she's the princess, and where she wants to sit, she sits. So, you know, this is her world. We just live in it. You want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. You want to come say hi? I don't know if she's going to say hi. Come here. Come here, lady. Come here. Come here. This is lady. You guys saw her in my whip parade. This is my lady. She's my... Exclusio. She's my princess. I love her so much. She's so spoiled. Huh? Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? You give me some love? Lady, give me some love. She knows give me love. She's just like, this is weird. What is going on? What is going on? We should do a trick exhibition for you sometime. Huh? All right, I love it. Go. All right. So I did about 3 lines of my temperature chart in February, which translates to about 600 stitches, we'll say. My next one was Aurora Cabin by Dimensions. It is this one right here. Gorgeous, absolute, no. Are we gonna focus? Gorgeous pattern or picture. Pattern, yeah, I don't know. Guys, it has been a long week already and it's only Wednesday. So I managed this month to do, or in February, I should have added this up. Let's say 3, 4, 5, between 550 and 600 stitches on it. It was all sky. This is all 6/1 half cross. It's a Dimensions kit. They like to do wonky stuff like that. So if you saw my whip parade, stop trying to focus on my face. If you saw my whip parade, I gotta take my face out of the frame. I think I was right about in here at the time. And so I brought it all the way down here. So this comes straight down here. And then this comes around to form that Aurora Borealis. So 6/1 half cross. You can kind of see the rogue stitches there. Yeah, it's not as bad as it's been in days past. There was a time, I think I said in my whip parade, that I absolutely hated stitching 6 strands. It's not my favorite, but I don't know, maybe because I was braced for it this time around, that I was able to do it without any problem. I think I might have also used a bigger needle too, which helped pull it. And Alexa, stop. So yeah, it's fine. I still can't wait until I get to, I think the cabin will be 2/1. So anyway, so those were my 2 Whip Go pieces. Oh, I wanted to show you my colors for the temperature chart. They're like super, super neutral, rainbow colors, but, I absolutely loved them. I went to Hobby Lobby one day and, just grabbed colors that spoke to me, and yeah, and I think I did pretty well. The only one that seems somewhat bright is this one here. This is 518 for 30 degrees. But love the rest. I'm happy that it wasn't, 0, 20 degrees, 10, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 degrees that often for the high. But I love those colors. All right. So I also had a new start this month. You know what? Actually, I'm going to save that one till the end because it's going to segue into another part. So my plans for March, I've already started working on them a little. The first one is Elephant Walk by David Penfound Artworks. I think that's the name of it. It's a heaven and earth design. I'm working in the upper left-hand corner up here. Well, there we go. I'm working in the upper left-hand corner up there. It's charted green. Sorry, text. It's charted pretty green. So I don't know. I noticed that in kind of the shadows, it did look not green. It looked more gray. So maybe once it's all incorporated, it'll look more gray. I don't know, but I fell in love with this chart and decided to buy it right away. I'm stitching this. Oh, the others. This is 16 count Aida. My temperature chart is 14 count Aida. The 16 count, I don't know what happened to my paper. This is where I store my, there you go. This is my cross stitch storage. Aurora Cabin, 16 count Aida in the color green from Roseland, US on Etsy. The 14 count Aida is just a Aida that I got on Amazon. All right, so this is Elephant Walk. This is where I'm at. This is on 28 count, easy count Lagana. And I guess in this light, it is showing up a little grayer than it actually is. But yeah, so I've just been bringing the green down. I've stitched a couple of rows in here and I'm just gonna keep bringing the green down. Yeah, so we'll see how much time that I'm able to stitch on this. And then I had this folded up so nicely. How is it folded? And then the other one is Mew. This one is by, I'm doing this on 16 count Aida. This one is by Witty Stitch Co. on Etsy. The picture kind of cut it off. It's an actual circle. Down here, there's a little bit of gray. There's some gray shading down in here too. This one's for my nephew, provided I can finish it before he decides he doesn't like Pokemon anymore. And this is where I'm at. So the past couple days, I've been working on the outer circle here. I finished the inner circle and I'm working on the outer circle. And so I want to finish that and then bring the other line up here and meet it. I don't know if I'm gonna do all the black or if I want to, once I finish the outline of the ball, if I want to move on and either, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I want to fill in the white and the gray in here, and then I can work on the big fun design up there. But this fabric is by Claire Brown X Stitch. You can go to her website. I don't know if it's, yeah, clairebrownxstitch.com. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, I got interrupted. I don't even remember what I was saying, but I know that I was working on this. Yeah, so going to try to finish bringing the black around and then bring it up here and then probably start on the white and the gray down here. Alrighty. What I'm going to do is I want to, excuse me, spin my wheel. And so I have all my whips on a wheel, and I'm going to spin it 3 times and see what I get for other projects that, to work on here and there if I need to break from one of these 2 projects. So for the month of March, and there's one in here that I need to rename so that in case my husband watches this, he won't see it. So these are going to be my my miscellaneous stitches. So here we are. Hopefully this doesn't make you guys dizzy. I gave it a good spin. Oh, I get to work on my super secret one. Yeah. All right, so super secret is the first one. No. Curiouser and curiouser. All right. Super secret, curiouser and curiouser, and it's spinning. It's almost done. The pollinator cell. Okie dokie, let me grab those. I will be right back. Okay, so we're gonna start with the pollinator cell. This one is from the Blue Flower. Lala D Stitches on YouTube started doing this cell, and this is the Blue Flowers in Praise of Pollinators. I am doing this on where's my sheet? I don't even know where my sheet went. 28 count linen. It's either 28 count or 32 count linen. Dyed by me. No specific formula, just dyeing it until I almost got to the pink I wanted it. So I'll probably work on this flower, bringing it up here. If you can see that right there. So I realized in my wet parade, I called that a honeycomb when I meant a beehive. Silly. But yeah, so I think this is so springy. I absolutely love the colors on this. Yeah, so I need to get a little bit more work on this. Laura, she's Lala D, she just finished this. So I don't feel as bad, but I really need to get some work done on this. So I may have this one be like my weekend stitch this weekend. So, all right, excited for that one. I have to put my stuff back in my bag because I've already got a mess all around me. I'm gonna wanna bend that. Okay. Excuse me. Next we have Curiouser and Curiouser. This is my birthday start from 2024. This is, I believe this one's by Witty Stitch Co. too. I found my sheet. Curiouser and Curiouser. Yeah, Witty Stitch Go. I'm doing this. Praise the Pollinators. Oh, I guess it's on 32 or 36 count. So since I've been guessing 32 count, I'm going to say it's 32 count. But Curiouser and Curiouser is on 22 count Hardinger, writ dyed by me. I think she is so adorable. I love Alice in Wonderland. And I need to take this one out of the hoop. But here is my progress so far. So I will probably work on bringing her skirt, or her, not her skirt, her apron down a little bit. I've got that right there. So I'll probably work on bringing that down and maybe doing some more of this little swirly flower thing. So, yay! I love my Alice project. I don't get her out enough. And of course we all say that. All right, this one is my super secret one. So I can't tell you what the pattern is. I can tell you that it is from Nenny Sweet Patterns on Etsy. I'm doing this on a 28 count. I think this is a Lugana. I'm starting in the upper left-hand corner. And here's my progress so far. So I will probably continue to, I'll probably pick a color, maybe a blue since I've been working on so many greens. So maybe I'll take the blue and bring it down and try to finish the blue in that page. But look at the coverage on that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So, yay! I haven't touched this one in a long, long time. So, maybe I'll have it done in time for my husband's 80th birthday. We'll see. Okay, so I want to talk about my new start in February. So I'm sure you all are familiar with the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. I currently have Santa's House, which is #1 started, and I was going to work through them and do them one at a time. But then I started reading this book about Poland, and a lot of the action takes place around this castle, Castle Gorka. And every time I thought of the castle, I kept thinking about this castle. And like, isn't that just like, does that look like a gorgeous European castle that should be, you know, nestled in a forest somewhere? Like, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I decided to just bite the bullet, get it. And so I'm calling this one Castle Gorka because it reminds me of my castle in Poland. So I am stitching this on a, did I leave the thing on here? Oh dear, I thought okay, yeah. This is a 32 count Belfast linen in feldspar by Pictures Plus. And I know we've talked a little bit about Pictures Plus linen and how not everybody likes it, but I really love Pictures Plus. So, oops, that's so again, an upper left-hand corner start. I started this down here and brought it down, and I was going to take it down and around, but I made a photocopy, a working copy, and it cut off like the last two columns. So I was going to go back up, and it's backwards. I'm a hot mess today. So there's my start. Not bad for a start. I took this to Kansas City with me when we went to go see my niece's gymnastics competition, which she did really well. She got 3rd place overall. We're so proud of her. But yeah, so that's my start. So I'll probably work on this little by little. I'll probably work on this in March again. Not quite put it away because it's my Poland piece. Look at that gorgeous fabric. Like, it's beautiful. So, which brings me to my book that I just finished. So I want to tell you about this thing my husband did for me for Christmas. I saw this thing on Instagram where a husband bought his wife 12 new books, wrapped them up, and labeled each one of them for a different month of the year. And she would unwrap each month, and that would be the book that she read that month. Well, I have so many books already that I didn't need him to buy me 12 new books. So I said, hey, can you go through my bookshelf, wrap up books, label them, and give them to me for Christmas? So he did. This is my bag of books. I don't know if you can see it. So he just went through and he man wrapped these. But like, this is the one for March. So I opened January's, and the problem with January's is that it was James Michener's Poland. The only problem with it is that I cannot read a Michener novel in a month. Like, if I can only stitch on a couple of projects for a couple hours a month, I definitely cannot read a 616 page, like, you know, it's Michener writes epic novels, and to me, he is the great American novelist. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to get through one of these. So this took me from January 1st to February 28th to finish reading. Fantastic book, highly recommend. It is about, it's historical fiction. So he takes a place. All of his novels, for the most part, are named after places. My first one that I ever read was Hawaii. I've read Centennial, which is about Colorado, where I live. And I've read Alaska, The Covenant, which is South Africa, I believe. The Source, which is Israel. My favorites are Chesapeake, which is, you know, Chesapeake Bay, and Space. Well, my absolute favorite is Hawaii. My absolute favorite book of all time is Hawaii. My favorite Michener novels, they're specific to Michener. Well, I don't know how you'd have a non-specific novel to an author. I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. Are Chesapeake and Space. This one is very good. We're going to Germany in the spring, and I'm kind of thinking that we need to take a side trip to Poland now. And that was kind of my husband's reason for giving me this. So anyway, so that is my tie-in for that piece. I'm going to move into talking about books a little bit. Just a little bit, because I only have one more book to show you. So if that doesn't interest you, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you're having wonderful stitching time, and yeah, and that you're making progress. So anyway, so now back to the books. So my book for February was Loved You First by Nora Roberts. This is two books in one. The first book is about this gal named Rachel, and the second book is about her brother named Alex. So we get to know Alex in the first part. There is some spice in this one. So if that's an issue for you, I would not recommend this one. If it doesn't bother you, so far this has actually been a really good book. I've read one other Nora Roberts book, and absolutely loved it. Excuse me. She will probably be an auto-buy author for me if I see, I don't know how much she's publishing nowadays. But if I see, sorry, I just want to make sure. If I see one of her books, I'll pick it up. But I am trying, since I'm behind, this was the February one. We are currently sitting at March 5th. So I'm trying to read this one in 2 weeks. I just finished day 5, so I'm going to read a little bit more tonight. I'll start on day 6. I've tabbed these so that I know how much I need to read each day. And this is an easy read. So this is what I'm reading right now. When I'm finished, I'll probably, I'm planning on filming another Flosstube in 2 weeks. I'll open up my March book. And so we'll see what that has in store for me. But anyway, that is it. That is all I have. Like I said before, thank you so much for joining me. It really means a lot. You guys have been so supportive already. You know, I just love talking stitching. I was in my crafting book group this weekend, and it's I call it crafting group. It started as a crochet group. But then some of us were stitching, about half of us were stitching, and then some people were knitting. And so I think she changed it to the general kind of crafting group. But one of my subscribers is in my crafting group. Hi, Jessica. We run into each other all over the place. The stitching community, there's a lot of us, but it's actually quite small as well. Yeah, like we were in different Facebook groups, so we'd see each other post, and you know, and then she came across my videos or my WIP parade, and yeah, so fun time. So I got to see her on Saturday. But you know, we were talking about how, you know, that was just a good place to just like sit and chat and just like kind of geek out over our different crafting. And that's kind of how I feel about Flosstube, is we all just get to dive into the world of cross stitch or crochet or whatever it is that we happen to be doing at the time. And we just get a gush, and our fellow crafters, you know, gush right along with us. And it's just a wonderful little safe, cozy world. So thank you so much for being a part of my little corner of the world tonight. And happy stitching.